What is gang stalking and how does it reveal itself? In this analysis, we'll explore a narrative that describes a targeted individual's perspective within the context of gang stalking, targeting individuals and harassment that ensues as a result of it. It's important to emphasize that this phenomenon lacks the visible and published support of experts and other professionals due to the fact that most of them are not enduring these heinous acts of domestic terrorism personally, and most who are aware of it fear reprisal, intimidation and retaliation should they speak out publicly. Invasion of privacy. This narrative highlights the target's knowledge of a pervasive intrusion into their privacy, both online and offline. This aspect raises concerns about the ethics of surveillance, privacy rights, and the psychological impact of feeling constantly monitored without validation to support the reasons why. Manipulative social engineering. The concept involves the target encountering individuals who seem to know intimate details of their life, even though they've never met before. This raises questions about the potential use of social engineering techniques, manipulation, and the boundaries of personal information shared in the digital age. This is typically very personal data shared for the purpose of humiliation and degradation of the targeted individual. Isolation and alienation. The narrative describes the targeted individual growing isolation from their social circles as well as common casual encounters. Coercion and disruption. The scenario depicts how the target experiences coercion and disruption orchestrated by unknown entities, including direct physical confrontations and deliberate attacks. This raises concerns about the potential impact of coordinated harassment on an individual's psychological well-being and personal safety. Motivations and retaliation. This narrative supports the fact that the target is subjected to these experiences as a form of retaliation or revenge due to a perceived injustice which has no basis in reality. This is similar to a form of social street justice for those whose emotional well-being, character and self-worth are in need of professional help in order to resolve inner turmoil. Participating in targeting individuals is their outlet for that. This aspect highlights the psychological motivations behind undiagnosed mental health concerns on the part of those who participate in the tortuous activity, their thinking and the potential consequences of assigning malicious intent to unrelated events. Within the realm of speculation and reality, the concept of covert surveillance and targeting of individuals is a real phenomena. It's important to clarify that these ideas are grounded in credible evidence by virtue of the experiences that are being had by those being targeted. Let's delve into the real-life narrative that examines a world where individuals are having the experience of gang stalking with increasing regularity, with the credibility of knowing that they're being monitored and targeted by unknown forces. Covert observation. In the realm of gang stalking and targeting individuals, you begin to suspect that their private lives, both online and offline, are under surveillance. Targeted individuals sense an unexplained intrusion into their personal spaces, leading them to question the boundaries of privacy and the extent to which their actions are being covertly monitored. Curious encounters. Those within this speculative realm find themselves encountering people they've never met before, who inexplicably seem to know intricate details of their lives. These individuals typically are participants in a covert act orchestrated by collective forces. How does this proliferate? These loosely knit gang stalking entities are oftentimes formed the same as groups associated with the formation of cell-type groups similar to those found in militias, resistance forces, sleeper cells, insurgent networks, etc. It is believed that the proliferation of these types of groups over the years fueled the real-time resurgence and growing number of entities focused on gang stalking and targeting of individuals. The distinct difference is that these cell-like groups are focused on covert tactics that affect individuals that are targeted by one or more bad actors associated, or aligned with one or more of the groups. These cell-type groups are generally non-military in nature. Their focus is primarily a civilian population. It's like those who gang stalk took their playbook from militant/military/militia as a way of venting their unspent aggressions from past hurt or alienation on innocent people through a harsh form of social street justice. It's unclear whether these encounters, as well as the induction of new participants who choose to gang stalk, are the result of coercion, invitation, or some more enigmatic motivation. Disruptions and alienation. A prevalent theme emerges, where targets experience disruptions in their social circles. Typically influenced by these unknown orchestrators, friends and acquaintances begin to distance themselves, leading to a sense of alienation for those being targeted. The question arises whether the mere presence of these individuals, those who gang stalk, acts as a catalyst for destabilizing relationships, or if it is merely a mechanism to ward off potential retaliation so that they are not seen as sympathetic or aligning with the target in any way. To explore the phenomena of gang stalking and targeting individuals, let's discuss how disruptions and alienation in the target's social circles can be initiated by and attributed to, in many instances, covert cell phone communication, and how this appears as evidence of intervention in the narrative. Disruptions in social circles. Altered behavior. Targets might notice that friends, family members, or colleagues have begun exhibiting unusual behavior, such as avoiding conversations about certain topics or acting strangely. They might experience an increased sense of distance, as if their relationships are fraying. Uncomfortable interactions. People in the target's social circle could display signs of discomfort or nervousness when discussing certain subjects, as if they're aware of something the target is not. This could lead to a breakdown in communication and create a palpable sense of tension. Isolation. Targets may find themselves unintentionally left out of gatherings, events, or conversations that they were previously included in. This exclusion, combined with the feeling that others know something they don't, can lead to feelings of isolation and confusion. Alienation and mistrust. Friends becoming strangers, close friends may start acting distant, and even casual acquaintances may appear standoffish. The target could sense that their social network is eroding, with people they once trusted becoming less approachable or even outright avoiding them. Disparaging rumors. The target might hear rumors or gossip circulating about them, which seem to originate from sources that, on the surface, appear trustworthy. These rumors could range from minor misunderstandings to more serious allegations, leading to a sense of alienation and isolation. Betrayal of trust. In some instances, the target might discover that people they considered confidants have shared personal information with others without consent. This revelation can shatter trust and create a pervasive feeling of being betrayed. The evidence of intervention can be seen through the lens of disruptions and alienation, would be based on the target's perception of changes in their social interactions. These changes could hint at a coordinated effort to manipulate perceptions, isolate the target, or create confusion. The impact of misinformation. Misinformation plays a central role in gang stalking. Targets face situations where false information is spread about them, with the intent to damage their reputation. The spread of rumors becomes a potent weapon, and targets must navigate this tangled web of half-truths, all while struggling to preserve their credibility. Dark turns and confrontations. In some iterations of this narrative, targets encounter unexpected physical confrontations, leaving them vulnerable and baffled by the motives behind these inexplicable attacks. As they piece together the fragments of this perplexing puzzle, they're left with unanswered questions about the source and purpose of these assaults. A quest for answers. Amid this speculative intrigue, the targets embark on a quest to unveil the truth behind their surreal experiences. They seek to understand why they've become subjects of orchestrated disruptions. The identity of the elusive figures pulling the strings and any potential agenda, such as perceived injustice or revenge, remains shrouded in mystery, with no basis in reality on the part of those who initiated the activity. As a member of the general public and others who are perplexed by it all, remember one thing. By virtue of you getting the text message on your cell phone with a picture of someone you probably don't know or may have had casual encounters with that accompanies a warning or derogatory message of any sort, or that hush conversation in person or via email from a trusted or even untrusted source, that in and of itself is proof positive that the person or persons in that communication are being targeted. That's your empirical evidence that gang stalking and targeting individuals does exist. At that point you have a pivotal decision to make. Do you dismiss the information or accept it as gospel, knowing that at any day and time you could be next? Be assured that just because your phone number and other information is in the database as ally, there is nothing stopping them from changing your status at any time in order to suit their agenda. Say no to gang stalking and targeting individuals, as the reputation you save might be your own. Please like, subscribe and share.